What if what we call spin was not a tiny hard ball twirling in space, but a fixed loop of energy with a built-in rhythm that needs 2 full laps to really come back to itself? In the energy filament theory, an electron is not a marble flying around. It is more like a small ring stapled into an invisible ocean of energy. And what truly moves is the energy running around that ring. Like cars circling a racetrack that never changes its shape. That circulation has a direction and a beat. It can flow one way or the other, and it repeats in a strict pattern, almost like a looped song that must be played in a fixed order. But here comes the strange twist. After 1 lap, the internal pattern is only halfway reset. And only after 2 laps does the ring's internal state become exactly what it was at the start again. Like an old cassette tape that has to play side A, flip over to side B, and then return before the magnetic tracks line up exactly as they were. If you keep this picture in mind, it becomes clear why spin is not a speed of rotation or an angle of rotation in the everyday sense. Because there is no little solid globe spinning like a planet. There is only a flow pattern along a closed path. And the rule of the game is that this pattern needs 2 full tours to count as 1 complete reset of the internal state. So asking how many RPMs does spin have is like asking how many RPMs a melody has, when the real object is the rhythm encoded in the notes, not a physical wheel. Around this ring is the energy ocean itself, and that ocean is not characterless. It is full of textures with direction, like straight push-pull tracks we call electric fields and curling, looping tracks we call magnetic fields. And the electron's own circulation carves its private grooves into that same ocean. First, spin decides whether the electrons can line up with those external textures at all, because every texture has a way it points or swirls in time. And the internal flow also has its chosen way to swirl and repeat. If the 2 patterns clash, nothing much happens. Like a key that is the wrong shape or turned the wrong way inside a lock, so that no matter how hard you push, the teeth did not catch. But if the direction and timing of the internal flow line up well with what the surrounding pattern is doing, then a much deeper kind of locking, attraction or repulsion can appear. One that feels less like simple plus pulls minus. Like repels like and more like 2 matching songs that snap into harmony and reinforce each other. Second, the same circulation sets the direction of the tiny magnetic moment that textbooks draw as an arrow on the electron. You can think of the magnetic moment as a very small pencil that traces circles in the energy ocean, while spinning is the hand that holds the pencil. So whichever way the hand turns as it follows the internal rhythm is the way the pencil wants to twist the loops it draws. And flipping the spin is like turning your wrist the other way, so every circle you sketch runs in the opposite sense. Third, this internal beat helps to shape the personality of each kind of particle, because not all rings are carved with the same pattern. A neutrino, in this picture, has the simplest and weakest circulation patterns, so it barely scratches any texture into the energy ocean at all and slips past almost everything like someone walking silently through a crowded room without bumping into anyone. While an electron carries a richer internal choreography that can carve straight textures we recognize as electric charges, left curling traces we measure as a magnetic moment, and maintain this 2 laps to reset beat that gives it many more ways to match or mismatch with its surroundings, turning it into the universe's favorite interface particle that sits in atoms. It builds chemical bonds and controls the everyday behavior of matter. You can imagine the neutrino as a faint single-line sketch that the energy ocean hardly notices, and the electron as a thick, bright neon loop whose rhythm lets it plug into many different sockets in the cosmic circuitry. In the end, spin is not the whole particle spinning like a toy top. It is the choreography of energy running around a fixed ring, and its direction and rhythm determine which signals in the universe this particle can hear, answer and lock onto in a deep way. Like a dancer who can only truly connect with partners who move to the same hidden beat. Tap follow, share it on New Physics, Clear Universe.